Hey there everybody, Griff Hamlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome and thanks for joining me today. We're gonna go a little bit sort of towards the classic rock side. You may have recognized what I was playing as basically Strange Brew by Cream. What I thought was really interesting about that, and believe it or not, I may have some notes wrong. It's super fuzzed out when you listen to it, so sometimes some of the notes are a little hard to hear, but the general gist of it was what I just played, and I'll walk you through it. But I also want to show you how it really is exactly the same as so many other classic blues riffs. Crosscut Saw happens to come to mind. And when you hear Strange Brew and you hear Crosscut Saw, you're like, wow, those two are not even close to one another, yet they use basically the exact same idea. So let me walk you through this idea first. So it's in A-ish. The tuning's a little bit off, so let's say it's in A. The general gist of it is to play an A7 bar chord, hit the low note first, and then hit the whole chord. So 1 and 2 and 3. And now's where the riff comes in. We're gonna hammer on from the 5th to the 7th fret on the 5th string, which is the 4th and 5th of the scale. So we have root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, flatted 7th, root, okay? That's where these numbers all come from. So I play the 4th and the 5th, I go to the 5th fret on the 4th string, which is a G, and it's the flatted 7th of the scale, and then up to the root. So notice that I've played the low A, the D and the E and the G and the A here. Right, and I'll do that 4 times, because just like a blues with a 1 chord, there's the 1. So it's a riff instead of just playing the chord, but it's still that. Now, you could do the next part one of 2 ways. It's going to go to the 4 chord, which is commonly a D, right? I could do it here, same thing. You're going to get a little bit, it's a little bit of a jump. You know, it's not my favorite. I would tend to play this D, which is the same notes as that D. Okay, so it's not like I'm doing something different. I'm just moving it to a different place. If I lift up my pinky, I get kind of a D9 sound. That's kind of cool too. And sometimes I thought I heard that. Yeah, like I said, it's really fuzzy. It's hard to tell sometimes. But it's the same general gist, just everything's up a string. 1 and 2 and 3, and now it's going to be G to A and C to D. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay? So if I go back to the A... Right, well, Crosscut Saw is the exact same notes. Root, do that hammer on, go to the G. It usually goes back to the E, but then the G and the A again. D, back to the A. Now we go up to the E. Now, in Strange Brew, it sounds very definitely minor, which is an unusual type of choice right there. And typically, you know, in a blues, either all of the chords are dominant 7th, or all of the chords are minor. Sometimes you'll see the 1 chord is minor, but the other 2 are dominant 7th. I don't know of any other song, and I know a lot of songs, where only the 5 chord is minor and the other 2 are dominant 7th. That's a little bit unusual. It's totally workable, but it is a little bit unusual. When you solo, if you were soloing over it, you would very much want to keep to that A minor pentatonic sound. If you tried to do maybe a lick that is majory on that 5 chord, it would sound a little bit funny because of the fact that we have this. And actually, the G natural in that chord fits even better with the minor pentatonic scale. Because it has that G minor in it, or G natural in it. So now it's Crosscut Saw. Now it's Strange Brew. Now it's Crosscut. Now it's Strange Brew. And you could pretty much interchange those two riffs all day long. I don't think anybody would actually complain. I think you could totally, put those back and forth. And remember too that that's also the reverse of this. Right? So if you have something like so many different riffs come from just that little box. There's so many different kinds of riffs that come out of that, Tore Down, or like Walk in My Shadow. There's probably a bunch more that I could think of if I thought about it for a while, but I won't take time to do that here. So what I really just wanted to show you was that you can take a riff, for example, from Crosscut Saw, radically change the feel, right? Because Crosscut Saw is kind of a Latin thing. Totally change it to a straight classic rock, still a blues, but very much a classic rock feel. And voila, you have effectively a whole new song, and you might not even recognize it. You might not even recognize the Crosscut Saw riff in Strange Brew. That's quite a stretch. So anyway, hope this was a little bit fun for you. As always, if you dig it, share it with guitar playing friends. I am Griff Hamlin from Blues Guitar Unleashed, and I will see you soon. Take care.